The story of how grapes transform into wine is one of nature's most elegant alchemies, perfected over centuries and mastered through modern precision. It all begins in vast vineyards that stretch across rolling hills, where every single vine is carefully nurtured under the warm kiss of sunlight. The air here carries the faint sweetness of ripening fruit mixed with the earthy scent of soil, a silent promise of the flavors waiting to be born. Farmers walk through the endless rows of vines, their eyes trained to spot the subtle color shifts that signal the grapes are nearing perfection. It's a moment that comes only once a year, when the fruit swells with sugar, flavor, and potential. Every step taken through the vineyard is the result of months of dedication. Weed control, pruning, irrigation, and just the right balance of fertilizers ensure each cluster reaches its full potential. And yet, not all grapes are destined to make it to the factory. Farmers perform a delicate procedure called thinning, carefully removing excess clusters to let the remaining ones grow richer and juicier. It seems counterintuitive, cutting away what you've worked so hard to grow, but this sacrifice is what makes great wine possible. By focusing the plant's energy on fewer clusters, every grape that remains becomes a small vessel of concentrated sweetness. When the sun reaches its golden angle and the grapes take on that deep, irresistible hue, it's time for harvest. Rows upon rows of vines shimmer like jewels under the light. The harvesters begin their work, and the fields hum with machinery that gently shakes the vines. Each vibration loosens the ripe grapes from their stems, letting them fall softly onto collection trays. The sound is almost rhythmic, like nature's applause. Some farms still use hand-picking for special varieties, where each grape is chosen by sight and touch, ensuring only perfection is gathered. But in large-scale operations, efficiency and care go hand in hand through automated harvesters designed to protect the fruit from bruising. As the grapes travel from vineyard to factory, the clock starts ticking. Grapes are delicate. The sooner they're processed, the better the wine will be. Trucks loaded with freshly picked fruit arrive at the facility, and here begins a transformation, both scientific and artistic. The first stop is sorting. Conveyor belts move the clusters through skilled hands and precise sensors, removing leaves, stems, and any damaged grapes. Only the best make it forward. These glistening orbs then roll gently into large washing tunnels where cool water showers away the dust and residue from the fields. The sound of cascading water fills the air, and the faint aroma of fruit grows stronger. Clean and ready, the grapes meet the crusher. Despite the name, this machine is surprisingly gentle. Its rollers softly press the grapes, just enough to release the precious juice while keeping the seeds intact. The mixture that comes out, a blend of juice, skins, and seeds, is called must. This is the essence of wine in its earliest form. The must flows into large stainless steel tanks where it's stirred and turned, ensuring even exposure to the skins that hold the pigment, tannins, and flavors. For red wines, this process is crucial as the skins give the wine its deep, rich color. The tanks are alive with motion. Mechanical arms slowly rotate through the mixture, blending and folding the juice over itself several times a day. The must is then transferred to the press, where precision takes over. These industrial presses use air pressure or hydraulic power to separate the liquid from the solid remains. The clear juice that emerges flows through pipes to be filtered and clarified, removing any leftover pulp or sediment. The leftover skins and seeds aren't wasted. They're collected for compost, animal feed, or even distilled for other uses. Nothing here goes to waste. The fresh, filtered juice is now ready for the most magical part of all, fermentation. In massive stainless steel vats or traditional oak barrels, the journey from juice to wine begins. Yeast, either naturally occurring or carefully selected, is added to the juice. This microscopic powerhouse feeds on the sugar in the grapes and transforms it into alcohol and carbon dioxide. The tanks come alive as bubbles rise and the temperature gently climbs. The scent in the air changes from fresh fruit to something warmer, more complex. The sound of quiet fizzing fills the space, a sign of life in progress. Depending on the style of wine, fermentation can last anywhere from a few days to several weeks. Some winemakers choose to slow it down with cooler temperatures to preserve delicate aromas. Others let it run warmer to draw out deeper, richer flavors. Inside these tanks, thousands of chemical reactions are unfolding. Invisible, but transformative. What was once simple grape juice is slowly becoming wine. Workers test samples daily, measuring sugar content, acidity, and flavor balance. Each batch tells its own story. Some wines are transferred into oak barrels after fermentation to mature, while others remain in steel to retain a fresher, fruitier character. The oak barrels, made from carefully seasoned wood, do more than store the wine, they breathe. Tiny amounts of oxygen pass through the wood's pores, softening the wine's texture, while the wood itself imparts subtle hints of vanilla, spice, or smoke. It's here that time takes control, and patience becomes the final ingredient. Months pass. The factory's quiet hum continues as the wine rests. Each barrel is labeled, dated, and monitored under precise conditions of temperature and humidity. In these serene rooms, rows of barrels stretch endlessly, a sea of future bottles waiting to be born. Periodically, workers test small samples using a glass pipette, swirling the liquid gently in the glass, inhaling deeply, tasting for balance and character. It's not just science, it's instinct. One wrong note, and the blend will never reach perfection. When the wine finally reaches maturity, it's time for blending, one of the most artistic steps in the entire process. Blending is where the winemaker's signature comes alive. Different batches from various barrels or tanks are mixed in precise proportions to achieve the desired taste, aroma, and texture. It's a craft that requires years of experience, a deep understanding of how flavors evolve, and a touch of creativity. Once the final blend is chosen, the wine is filtered one last time to ensure clarity, then stabilized through chilling or other methods to prevent any unwanted reactions once bottled. In the bottling hall, an orchestra of automation takes over. Glass bottles glide down the conveyor belt in perfect formation. Each one is washed, dried, and inspected under bright lights before being filled. Precision filling machines pour the exact amount of wine into every bottle without a single drop wasted. In mere seconds, the corks are pressed in or caps are sealed tight, locking in the aroma and freshness. Labels slide on with immaculate alignment, bearing the vineyard's name, a mark of pride and craftsmanship. Finally, the bottles are packed into sturdy boxes, sealed, and stacked on pallets, ready to travel across the world. But before any shipment leaves, random bottles are pulled aside for testing. In spotless laboratories, technicians analyze color, clarity, and chemical composition to ensure the wine meets strict standards. Some are even tasted by professional sommeliers who can detect even the faintest flaw or imbalance. Only after every test is passed does the wine earn the right to reach the shelves, or more fittingly, your table. From vine to glass, the entire journey can span over a year of care, precision, and patience. Every sip of wine carries within it the story of those who nurtured the grapes, the soil that gave them life, and the technology that turned nature's bounty into an experience. The beauty of wine lies not just in its flavor, but in its creation, a delicate dance between human hands and natural forces. In the factory's quiet moments, when the machines rest and the barrels stand still, you can almost feel the history behind this process. It's a tradition that began thousands of years ago and continues to evolve with every new vintage. The tools have changed, the techniques have improved, but the essence remains the same: to capture the spirit of the grape and preserve it in a bottle. The next time a cork pops or a glass fills, remember that what seems simple, a pour of red or white, is the result of an extraordinary journey. From the rhythmic shaking of harvest machines to the silent patience of aging barrels, every second of the process adds depth to that single sip. It's more than a drink. It's the story of earth, time, and passion blended into perfection. The factory lights may dim, the workers may leave, but inside those barrels, inside every bottle, the work continues. The flavors evolve, mature, and refine themselves, waiting for that moment when someone raises a glass. Because wine isn't just made in factories or vineyards. It's crafted through generations of devotion, and every drop holds the echo of countless hands, countless seasons, and countless dreams turned into taste.